Real Talk with Arbitter. I'm Professor Jennifer Arbitter. You can send me your questions at jarbiter@piedmont.edu, and I'll do my best to give you some good advice. In previous episodes, I've answered questions about smoking pot, dating, and how not to live in your parents' basement for the rest of your life. We've got more good questions this week, so let's get started. Just remember, my opinions are mine and not a reflection of Piedmont College. Question 1. I hear my friends who have graduated talking about debt from college loans. What's the best way to tackle this issue? This is a great question. If you're using loans to help pay for college, you need to know this. It is very difficult, if not impossible, to get out of repaying your college loans, even if you declare bankruptcy. So figuring out how to pay them back is very important. The latest statistics show that outstanding student loan debt in America is now $1.2 trillion. About 40 million Americans have student loans, and about a quarter of them are either in delinquency or default on those loans. That means they're not paying them back. The class of 2015 graduated with about $35,000 in student loan debt. After you graduate, you have about 6 months to decide what kind of repayment plan you want to use. If you don't make a decision, the payment plan will be chosen for you with potentially a very high monthly payment. If you have a great job lined up and you want to repay the loan quickly, that's fine. But if you don't, then you can set up an income-based repayment plan where your monthly payments are a percentage of your income. That way, if your first job doesn't pay very much, you won't go broke trying to make your payments, and then your payments will go up as you get promoted and start making more money. If you have several loans from different lenders, you can consolidate them so that you only have to pay one payment a month. Of course, the best people to talk to about this are the folks in Piedmont's financial aid office. Next question. I'm having the hardest time with leading girls on. I don't mean to. They like me, but I don't like them back. So now I feel like a bad guy. What can I do in these situations? Communication is the key in these situations. I'm thinking there's a lot of texting and Snapchatting going on, which may be giving the girls a false sense of intimacy while you feel safely disconnected because you're not flirting face to face. It's very easy to read what you want to read into this type of communication. Your generation texts and chats constantly, so it can feel like the foundation of a real relationship even when it isn't. And that's why the girls get mad at you. My question for you is this. Does this type of misunderstanding happen to you a lot? Because if it does, then the problem is your behavior. I had a boss who once told me the following. He said, if you have a problem with one person, it's probably them. If you have a problem with everybody, it's probably you. If this type of bad guy situation is happening to you quite often, then you're probably doing something to cause it. What are you writing in those text messages? Are you sending those cute little heart emojis? Are you writing about how hot she looks today? When you're in person, are you giving lots of hugs? Do you overshare your private life? Telling intimate secrets is a sign of a serious relationship. So my advice to you is rein in the charm a little bit. Final question. I'm having the hardest time picking out what my capstone is going to be. Do you have any suggestions? Well, every major handles capstone a little differently, but typically it's the final project that sums up your college experience at Piedmont College. You're going to be working on it for an entire semester or more if you actually get started early. So you need to choose something you really love, because if you don't, you're going to get really sick of it and not perform as well as you could. Some questions to ask yourself. What do you want to do for a career? What has been your favorite class or activity you've done here at Piedmont? Do you have a legacy you want to leave behind? The answers to those questions can help you figure out what your capstone topic should be. That's going to do it for this edition of Real Talk with Arbitter. I look forward to answering your questions. You can send them to jarbiter, Arbitter has 2 T's, at piedmont.edu. We'll see you again soon.